Joined now by the coach Jack Armstrong. And Jack, I was doing a little bit of math in this series, and the margins are so incredibly slim. So let's take away the first quarter of the first game, and the total points of these two teams are Boston 371, Toronto 374. We are now in a best of three scenario. So what will the rest of these games come down to?
I think the devil's in the details. It all comes down to the little intricacies of the game that really matter. Both of these teams are really well coached. I said this before game one. These two coaches, this is turbo chess here. I mean, their adjustments on the fly, game to game, within game is off the charts. And you're talking about two teams that are just sound defensively with a lot of really smart players and fundamentally sound players. So it's going to come down to continuing to make sure your coverages are sound, your communication, your switches, shot contests, closeouts, stunts, all the little things that go into defensive basketball. Offensively, your counters off of primary plays, reacting to what the defense gives you and also what they take away from you, being able to score in a secondary fashion, being able to score late in the shot clock. Which team has those guys that can make the big plays late in the shot clock? And then last but not least for me, I think turnover margin's a big thing. The Raptors in the first four games, they've done a really good job in that category of being the better team in terms of ball protection. That wasn't the case during the regular season. They have to continue to be a little bit more efficient offensively, and the three ball's a bigger deal to them than it is to Boston. They've got to be better in that category.
Now, you mentioned the three ball, and it is the stat that has been consistent throughout. Whatever team scores more threes ends up winning. Is it that simple?
Well, it's basketball in the era that we're in right now, Kate. So it is a major part of our game today because predominantly the players today, their skill sets are aligned with the ability to shoot the ball. And as well defensively, you got a lot of guys that are able to switch screens. Even your bigs got to be able to come out and counter that. So, yeah, the three-point shot is a big part of it. So the key is for the Raptors, they have to do a better job even more than ever in terms of their spacing so that when the Celtics send two guys to the ball, you're making them pay somewhere else because of that. Their over-aggressiveness, whether they switch a screen, they trap a screen, whatever the case may be, dribble handoff actions, pin down, staggers, whatever the case may be, you've got to do a great job of really spreading the ball out and making sure you make the extra pass and the ball finds the right guy in the right spot at the right time. Easy for me to say, really hard to do.
It's still amazing to think that the right guy was OG Anunoby in Game 3, and half a second left, we could have been talking about 3-0. Instead, we are tied up at 2 apiece. Appreciate it as always, the coach, Jack Armstrong.